Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Can you listen? Can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Alhamdulillah.
Yes. So
Okay,
that's it.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And
Waalaikumsalam
ini,
warahmatullahi.
Alhamdulillah, Muhammad. To all the students for the research methodology for this semester, I believe for PhD and master from various faculty. Okay, I know we have from FSKTM. Anyone from FKEE? Can you give thumbs up, FKEE? FKEE, no Azura. Okay, only one. How about FKMP? Mechanical. Okay, Li Zhenjiang, Omar Afiq, okay, Muzaffar, okay, Basil Jayarash, okay, welcome. And then FCAP, FCAP. Anyone from FCAP? Okay, Dira, Shahida, okay, Umar Asfurazi, thank you very much. Okay, okay. FSKTM, FSKTM. Okay. All right. Okay, Amin Najiha, Harizali, okay. So anyone from, okay, Norini, Jasim, FKMP, all right. Anyone from FAS? FAS. Nur Nadia, Nur Fazana, Fairuz Rizlan. Okay. Okay, so we have also from FAS. How about FTK? Oh, we also have from FTK. Okay, equal for FKMP. Okay. How about FPTP? FPTP and FPTV. Okay. Because this is for science and technology for STEM uh, class. So FPTV is and FTP is under the social science class. Okay, this is my name. My name is Hairuniza Mahdin. So I'll be guiding you, give you uh, give you the briefing or the introduction to the research methodology. Okay, for today and tomorrow, same time 2 to 4. So I hope you will be together until tomorrow. So if you have any questions, uh, you can uh, you can ask. You can use the chat message, or you can use the microphone to ask. Okay, at any time. If I can answer, I will answer. If not, I will study it first because maybe sometime uh, we didn't know the question. We didn't know the answer. Yeah, it's happened to me sometimes. Okay. So I'm from the Faculty of Computer Science and Information Technology. Okay, so I've been teaching in UTHM about 20 years, such a very long time. Okay, 20 years. I got my PhD in 2012 from Deakin University, Australia. Okay, Deakin University, Australia, in 2012. Uh, yeah, so here I am, and I'd like to thank you, CGS. I think Dr. Nohadillah is here for inviting me to teach this first module. Uh, I always looking the opportunity to teach research methodology because for me this is very important. This is your first semester, and I know uh, the feeling of uncertainty about your studies. Uh, am I doing this thing right? Am I at the right track? So that is the question that will be in your mind until you submit the thesis. unfortunately. Okay, that's from my experience. Okay, until the third year, I still not confident. So am I doing the right thing? Am I doing? Will I get the PhD? So I don't know the answer during that time. Okay, even my supervisor told me that you are doing fine, you are doing fine, but I'm not convinced. And my friend also experienced some the same thing like that. Okay, so maybe by learning research methodology, at least you can know what the things that you need to do, okay, to ensure that you are on the right track. Okay. So in this first module, we will cover the philosophy, theory, scientific thinking, and also ethics, where we will divide into two days. Okay. So, any questions so far? All good, huh? Okay. Okay. So this is the topic. I follow the topic in the research methodology books. Okay, research methodology book. But maybe some of the content, I add some of the content. Okay, this is the books. You you got it from Mutation Vitara. Okay. Uh, I add some content to make it more suitable for the science stream students. Okay. So the first slide, define research. Anyone want to try? Define research. What is research? You can write on the chatting on the chat board, or you can answer it using microphone. What is research? To innovate or develop something. Okay. Finding new knowledge. Okay. Firdaus Akbar and Divya. Thank you. Experiment. To do experiment. Okay. Something. The systematic. Okay. Find novelty. Solve problem. Okay. Okay. We will look. Okay. Thank you very much for your answer. We will look. What is it? And then second, what is methodology? Okay. Thank you, Fadila. Research is to re-evaluate existing knowledge. Okay. Second one, what is methodology? Okay. How do we conduct the research? Azril, thank you. Arif, the way they to conduct the study. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Actually, in this first slide, I already give you the first lesson in doing your research. Okay. Anyone have idea? Any idea? What is it? I have give you one important lesson that you need to do. You need to do this for your research, for your thesis. Who can answer correctly can get a present from me. Maybe we have lunch together. Try. Yes. Why you are laughing, Lee? It's not interesting. Or maybe some of you are not here. Proceeding. Way to conduct research. Yes. What is the lesson here in this line? This is very important for your thesis. Literature review. Okay. You have guide abstract, no review.
objective.
guidance, no, discussion, no, no, existing knowledge, pilot study, no, result and conclusion. This is all important. This is all important, but not what I mean here. But not the lesson that I want to give you in this slide that I need to give you. Original research. No. Okay. Okay. The answer, okay, I give you. The answer is actually is already on the slide. No, not about methodology, not about novelty. The answer already on the slide. Introduction. Come again. Come a little bit more. Define. Yes. Who answer it? Define. Yeah. Definition. Define. Okay. So that's very important. When you write your thesis, you need to define. Okay. Define. In the first page, you write about something, I don't know what, FKNP maybe write some mechanical of what, and then you don't define, and the examiner read, what is he's talking about? I didn't know, and he need to search. He need to ask ChatGPT, what is this? So meaning that's not good. Okay, in your thesis, you need to define. Okay, every term that you use that might not be familiar to others. Okay, you need to define. Don't forget about that. Okay, don't don't don't, don't wait until people ask you, what is this? What is this? Okay, you need to define. But the way that you define, that's the challenge. Okay, the way that you need to write. What is the if you define too much, the thesis will become boring. Okay? It will become boring. So I think actually the challenge in writing thesis is same like you are producing a movie. Okay? Some movie, we watch it, it is very interesting. It is very exciting. Okay, some movie we watch it, after 5 minutes we fell asleep. Same like thesis. Thesis that written with that written in a very good good way will excite the reader. Okay? I have read the thesis and I enjoy. I have uh, I have experienced that. Okay, we read this is, oh, this is very interesting because it's all can what the students read, we can understand it directly. Okay, but some thesis we read it, on the first paragraph we don't understand what is this, because it is not right, not being written accordingly. Okay, so one of the key to make the thesis clear is definition. You need to define. Okay, like we are learning research methodology, we need to define what is research methodology. Otherwise, we didn't know. Are we studying the right thing or not? Okay, that's why we need to define. Okay, so there are many definition of research. You can say anything, but yeah, it's all correct. Research, okay, research, okay, research. You keep searching about it. Research, okay. It is a loop. You keep searching on the answer. Okay? Research is a systematic effort to discover new knowledge. You need to have systematic effort. Okay? You need to have the procedure. You need to have the procedure. You need to have the methodology. Okay, to do the research. Why? Why we need to have systematic? Why do you need? Why can't we do unsystematic way? Any answer? To achieve objective. If unsystematic, we cannot achieve objective, it will be confusing. Systematic. It will be confusing. Confusing, it need to be to avoid errors and bias. Okay. Not random, not missing. Okay. Because we need the research to be trusted. Okay. To be trusted. Systematic. Other people can look again, can look back again. Your consider systematic. Is it correct? And the research is repeatable. Other researcher can repeat your experiments, and then they can look whether it is reliable or not. That's why we need to systematic. If we do it unsystematic, other people cannot repeat our research. Okay. Okay. Thank you for all the answers. Okay. The word research comes from the idea looking deeper. We want to look deeper into certain things. We want to look deeper. So if we don't look deeper, it is not research. It is just looking. Okay. It is just looking. Okay. For example, I don't know if this example is appropriate or not. If you see a ghost, if you see a ghost at night, if you look at the ghost, is it a research or not? No, because we just look at the ghost. Nobody doing research. Anyone doing research on the ghost? Maybe they take picture, they take videos, but they are not doing research. Yeah? They just take the videos. They didn't study the ghost. Okay, so I need you to understand. No need to do analysis about the ghost. Yeah, this is just example about what is research and what is not. Okay, it involves asking questions, gathering information, and making sense of what we find. Okay, the goal is to explain. Okay, you need to explain. Okay, verify, improve, or create something based on evidence. Okay, need to have evidence. Okay, cannot just based on what you are saying, based on your assumption. You need data to support. Okay, you need evidence. Okay, that is research. Okay, so is this research? Okay, a student builds a working mobile app for class. Is this research? Okay, Fadilah, no, no. Okay, the second one, the student tests face detection accuracy using two algorithm but cannot explain why algorithm A is better. Is this research? Yes, no, Siti Hajar. Okay. And then a student studies 20 journals papers and write a summary. Is this research? Yes, no. Okay, mixed answer. Some say yes, some say no. A student experiment with three fertilizer to see which produce the fastest plant growth using a systematic experiment. Yes, many say yes on this. The fourth one, many say yes. Okay. And then last one thing, the student improve an existing machine learning model and provides a scientific explanation supported by evidence. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, many yeses. Okay. So how many say there are three research in this example? Okay, Jasim, yes. You want to say anything? Imran. Okay, or just raise your hand. Okay, three research. Who says only two research in this example? Aku Azmi. Okay, Aku Azmi. Imran Farouk, Softi. Okay, Aku Azmi, can which one that you say is research? You can open your mic. 4 and 5. Okay, why the others are not research? Can we know? You can open your mic.
Okay, based on the statement there, the first one is totally out because the student is just building the working mobile apps. The
Mhm.
statement is not elaborate what type of a mobile apps the student built. So the detail is not there. So based on the phrases only, then I decided it's not the research. And then for the second statement, it's also it's a testing, but the student is not go deeper and then not answering any question. Not last time it mentioned looking deeper into the question involved. That means they involved in gathering information. That is a research. So this one, the student only testing the face detection accuracy using the algorithm, but the student is not studying about a different about algorithm A and B maybe. So that's why I decide that one is not a research. And then for the third one, the student is only study and then he taking note. For example, macam secretary punya kerja. So that's mean is just read and get some information from there, but not answering questions, not go deeper. So for me, it's not the research. So that's mean that why first statement, second statement, and third statement for me is not a research.
Okay, thank you, Aku. Okay, so it is actually correct. Okay, thank you, Aku. This is actually correct. The only research is number 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3 is not a research. Okay, so uh, this kind of mistake, okay, we can still find on the thesis. Okay. The first one, maybe before the thesis complete, a student builds a working mobile app for class. PhD students build an apps. My student, even my students, one of my students built a digital twin uh, for to be used in the class. Digital twin. That is not PhD. I told him, you just develop a product, or you just using technology to develop. That is not research. Okay. Uh, he just use all the knowledge to build something. There's no comparison. There's no new knowledge uh, that being that we get from that. Okay. So this is the first one is not research. The second, test accuracy is research, but he cannot explain why algorithm A is better. Like Ako said, he is not looking deeper. He's not finding what's wrong with algorithm A. Okay, this also uh, can be found in the thesis. Okay, student didn't explain about the phenomena why this occurred. So this is not research. And then this one also 20 journals and write a summary. Just a summary is not a research. Okay, nothing new, just a short version of the journal papers. Okay, that is not new. Okay, what is new? What is new is a student study 20 journal papers, write a systematic literature review (SLR) paper, uh, or produce taxonomy. Taxonomy is a new way that you have this number of papers, and then you produce taxonomy. Mean that you categorize the informations in a new way that other people haven't doing it. Okay, to understand something. Okay, so that is research. If you produce something, SLR or taxonomy. Okay, but just write a summary is not a research. Okay. Number four and number five is research, okay, because this one is compare, okay, compared with fertilizer, okay, and then look which is the fastest growth, and then this one is improve existing machine, and then have a scientific explanation. This is research. Okay, I hope you all clear about this. Okay. Yeah, Jasim, you want to ask question?
Yes, sir. I have a question about the third point. So it is not actually a research, but can we consider it as a part of research because it's basically a literature review, a kind of literature review?
Uh, that's kind of trick questions. It's a part of research. No, it's a part, a very little part of research. You cannot
Yes.
just write summary in your literature review. If you just write summary, then that is not thesis.
Mhm.
That is what we call it. We call it. If you do this, as Ibn was said, it is sounds like textbook.
Oh, yes.
Textbook.
Okay, that's clear.
Okay,
Thank you.
I write in the chat box. It is like textbook. Thesis is argument. Okay, thesis is argument. Actually, every word you put, every paragraph in your thesis is argument. You need to argue. Okay, what is your thesis here? You know about the word hypothesis. Hypo. Before proven, it is hypo. Like in if you know about diabetes, people if they have low sugar, we call it hypoglycemia. Hypo under sugar. Hypothesis is the thesis is not proven yet. Okay. So 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 thesis needs something that you argue, you give new knowledge. Okay, so when people read, people thinks, is it correct or not? Is this true? And then you give the all the evidence from the experiments. Okay, so make sure you don't do this in your thesis. Okay, just write a summary. Uh you need to query the research that being done by others. You need to critique, okay, deeply on the papers. Okay. Okay, Justin. All right. Okay. Why do research? Why we do research? I'm asking too many questions, right? Never mind. To generate new knowledge, okay. To solve unanswered problem, to contribute to theory, practice, and policy, to challenge assumption. Okay, this is among the answers. Okay, among the answers. So make sure that your thesis will do among this. This is your objective. New knowledge, answer problems, okay, contribute, okay, to challenge assumptions. Okay, so now we go to the first topic. We just entering the first topic. 1.1 philosophical foundation of postgraduate research. Okay, so why philosophy matters, key philosophical terms, major research paradigm. Okay. Maybe some of the topic in this module you will not use directly. Okay, you will not use directly, but you just know about it. Okay? You just know about it. For example, like this philosophy. Okay, so I will explain it. Okay. Why philosophy matters in research. Three core pillars. What are the pillars of philosophy? We are entering the Socrates mode. Okay, ontology. What is real exists. What is the reality, okay, of the research? What you believe, what you see, that is in ontology. Okay. Second one, we have epistemology. how do we know? How do we know the knowledge? Okay. Through experiments, through surveys. Okay. How we are doing it? How do we know? Then axiology. What values guide our research? What values guide our research? What is the value that you want to give to your research? What would it give? Okay. This is the philosophy. So the words are like uh what we, how we want to describe it. Very jargon. For me, it's very jargon. Even for me, this is something that for me is jargon. For me, ontology, epistemology, axiology. But to be honest, during my studies, I didn't know these words. To be honest, during my PhD or master, I didn't learn this word. Okay, I just learned this word later. Ontology, epistemology, and axiology. But we will go. This is for our knowledge, and you still can use it for your research, for your PhD, or your master thesis. Okay, before we go deeper on the philosophical, this is one paper that maybe we will use this as example for the rest of the chapter. Okay, this is driver's fatigue level prediction using facial and head behavior information. Okay, while we are driving, we maybe fell asleep because of fatigue. So this paper want to study what is the cause of the fatigue, or how we can detect the fatigue, and how we can categorize the fatigue level prediction, and how to do it in low cost. Okay, by low cost. And then they predict based on the eyes, mouth, and head behaviors using a sensor. Okay, using a sensor, IR, infrared radiation camera. Okay. So then they have the experiments using real data set under night and day illumination conditions. Okay. So this is the case study that we will be using for the rest of the chapter. Okay, so we come again to ontology. Okay, so ontology, what is the nature of fatigue? Okay. Ontology is about what you believe fatigue really is in your studies. Okay. Different researcher can see fatigue differently, and all can be valid depending on their purpose. Okay, so this is a different perspective how you see fatigue. Okay. No absolute right or wrong, only different views of reality. Okay, so take it like photography, but every photographer choose a lens, wide angle, macro, and zoom. So this is ontology. When you take the picture, you have what is it? Wide angle. You have small angle, or popular with the students today, the 0.5 selfie. Okay, yeah, 0.5. Yeah, Sharda. So that is the ontology. How you see things, how you want to see things. Okay, that is ontology. Okay, like for example, the option one. Option one, we see fatigue is a physical or biological state. Okay, we believe fatigue is something in our body. Okay, measurable by sensor, our eye blink rates, the microsleeps, heart rate changes, steering instability, EEG patterns. Okay, so this is uh objective physical state. Okay? This is realist ontology. Okay, there are many kinds. Okay, this is realist, but you don't have to memorize all of this. You just enjoy. You just know about this. Okay, just know about this and maybe understand. Okay, okay, and then uh you don't need to memorize this. In your visa viva voce, examiner will not ask you what is your ontology. Maybe he will ask you what is your philosophy in this research. Uh, So you have learned about ontology. This is the philosophy. Okay. So the way you answer is, I see this research is what you can from which angle. Okay. You can answer like that. What is the philosophical? Okay. As ontology option two, fatigue is a subjective psychological experience. Psychological experience. Okay. It is feeling inside the driver, not fully measurable by machines. Example, self-reported tiredness, driver perception, personal experience, mental exhaustions. Okay, so this is subjective mental state. Okay, this one may be a social science. Okay, this one is a social science. So they will conduct interviews. Okay, they will do maybe group survey, group discussion. Okay, they look from the perspective of the feeling inside the driver. Okay, so this is also correct. This is also research. You can do research, but this is different perspective from the previous one. Okay. Then we have ontology option three. Fatigue is a social or organizational phenomenon. Okay. You believe fatigue is shaped by environment and society, not just the body. Okay. For example, work shifts. Okay. Work shifts. Some work during the day, during the night, and some have long driving hours, company culture, road schedules. So this is socially constructed condition. This is something that, so this is another perspective looking at the problem. Okay, this is also correct. This is also a research. Okay, okay. So how we link ontology to epistemology? Okay, if you believe fatigue is physical, okay, you believe it can be known through sensor data. Okay, you can collect, you can install a sensor, you can count the how many times the eye blink. Okay, you use camera, EEG, HRV, ML, and machine learning model. If you believe fatigue is psychological, uh, you can use interviews, surveys, and these KSS skills. If you believe fatigue is social, uh, you can use policy analysis, focus group, and ethnography. Okay, so different ontology will bring you different epistemology. Okay, how that you understand the situation. Okay, epistemology is how do you understand the situation, how you prove that what you tell is correct. Okay. So again, shapes how ontology is how you see the reality. Epistemology determines how you understand the knowledge. Okay, and this will influence your research design and guide the methodological choices. Okay, okay. What is reality? How do we know what we know? Archaeology, the rules of value in your research. The rules of value is to to save life. Okay? To get permission in doing the experiments. Okay, methodology, okay, the logic of inquiry, the procedures, the methods is the tools. So this is what involved in your PhD. Okay, okay, this is the table. Okay. Ontology, facial features, head movement, eye mouth behavior, fatigue states. Epistemology, we have camera data, label, fatigue levels, experimental validation. Ideology, when you care about safety, privacy, low-cost solutions, ethical sensor usage, anything with values. Okay, anything with values and ethics. Methodology, okay, the experiment, okay, machine learning experiment, and then the methods or the tools. Okay, so if you have a strong research philosophy, you will have strong research. Okay, if your ontology, epistemology, archaeology is strong, you will have strong research. Clear understanding of what you are studying. Okay? You clear about it. You understand about it. You view. You understand about it. Meaning you read enough. You read enough journal. You read enough article. How many articles? 100? 20? 50? How many is enough? Okay. Clear justification of how you know it is true. This is based on your readings. Okay. Strong values. What is your values? Okay. Safety, life. Meaning that if you emphasize on the saving life, so your research is strong. The philosophy is strong. That's why you research. That's why you do the research. Okay. Method chosen logically and finding grounded and defendable. The output will be high quality thesis, stronger novelty, better methodology, confident defense, publishable work. Okay. So that is the importance of philosophy. Okay, you get it? So you didn't use this directly in your thesis, like you are saying in chapter one. My ontology is this. No, no. I haven't find any word ontology during my experience as a examiner. Okay, you don't write this is my epistemology, this is my archaeology. No, but you express it. You express it. You write. You explain how you explain the background research, the background problem. Okay, your understanding shows how strong is your philosophy. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Among these five, ontology, epistemology, archaeology, methodology, and methods, which one guide your mindset and which one guide your action from these five? Okay. Any answer? Among these five, which one guide your mindset and which one guide your action? Mindset, ontology, action, epistemology. Okay, others want to try? Ontology, methodology, what is that? That is mindset or actions? Mindset, archaeology, action, methodology. Mindset, ontology, action, methodology. I need to ask you guys questions because I need to ensure that you guys are still here. You maybe some of you have experience teaching online. Okay. It's like you're talking yourself. Okay. Mindset, ontology, mindset, ontology. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for your answer. Thank you. Okay. So the ontology, epistemology, archaeology is in your mindset. Okay, that is your mindset. And methodology and method is in your hand. That's the action. Okay, that three you put in your mindset that you want to produce something, something that valuable, something that very strong. So you put in your mindset to make this strong. I need to read more. I need to read enough journal. I will not skip articles that I can't understand. Okay, I will try to understand the articles. I will take the one that is most have the highest citations in the Scopus or in the Google Scholar. Okay, so that the most state of the art SOTA. Okay, we call it SOTA, state of the art methodology. Okay, I want to understand this. So that is in your mindsets. That's why products with high philosophy will have very high quality. Let's say we can take example maybe Mercedes. Compare Mercedes to other cars. Okay. So they have this mindset that we want to produce a high quality car. So the product also is very high quality. So same with you. If you have this kind of mindset, you want to produce very good research, okay? So you will have good thesis, okay? Major research paradigms, okay? Paradigms. Uh, there are many. This is among of them. Okay? Positivism, interpretism, pragmatism, constructivism, and post-positivism. Okay, so I think they have, yeah, positivism is based on experiments, measurement, objectivity. Okay, they believe that reality is measurable. Truth come from numbers, sensors, and experiments. Okay, for example, in driver fatigue problem, I will detect fatigue using measurable signals, facial landmarks, head pose, IR camera readings. Okay, so this is positivism. And don't worry, don't try to memorize this. This is just for your knowledge. Okay. Okay. Second, interpretivism. Okay. Meaning contact live experience. Okay. Reality is based on human experience. We understand the world by understanding people feelings, stories, and perception. In driver fatigue example, I will interview drivers to understand how fatigue feels, what signs they notice, and how they describe their tiredness. This is the paradigm. This is also correct. This is this is also uh can be select as a PhD way. Okay, and then we have pragmatism. There's no one best truth. Okay, use any method, quantitative, for example, plus qualitative that solve the problem effectively. Okay. I will combine, an example, I will combine sensor data and driver interviews to build practical fatigue detection system. Okay. And then constructism. Okay. Knowledge is construct through collaboration with user. We don't discover truth, we build it together. Okay. For example, I will work with the driver, ask them how fatigue should be measured, and co-create with fatigue scoring system based on their experience. Okay. And then number five, post-positivism, modified positivism. Okay, accept human bias. Reality is measurable, but we admit measurements are imperfect. Okay, model content bias, experiment have limitation. Okay. For example, I will detect fatigue using sensors, but I acknowledge lighting condition, camera angles, and human labeling errors may affect the accuracy. Okay. So, for uh, there's no best paradigm, only the one that fits your study. How to choose? Choose the paradigm that match your research question, data type, and purpose of the study. Okay. So don't worry, because usually for science and engineering students, we will use the positivism, the first one, or the last one. Okay. Okay. Science and engineering students usually use this one, positivism and post-positivism. Or you also can use the others if it is needed. But in Viva Voce, they will not ask what is your research paradigm. Okay, no, they will not ask you that questions. Okay, why? Why this is suitable with science and engineering students? Because your research deal with experiments, data, quantity metrics, statistical sensors, and algorithms and others. Okay, we finished the 1.1. So far, so good. You have any questions? You still with me? Okay, Alhamdulillah, Lydia, Aristo. Okay, yes, still. Thank you very much. All good. Thank you very much. I'm very worried. I'm very worried if this lecture will be boring. I'm sorry if you feel like that. I'm trying my best. Okay, I'm trying my best. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, it is interesting. Thank you very much, Jasil. Okay, I hope the others also will feel like that. I understand what you guys feel. I'm I'm not a intelligent students. I'm not intelligent. I'm very slow. I'm very slow students. When I start my PhD, I I did my master in coursework, so I didn't know how to do research. In the final project also, very little research, and I think I'm not doing it right. And then when I start PhD also, I'm very blur. I'm not intelligent. I don't understand things. I don't know how to write. I'm very afraid. So maybe some of you also feel like that. So I'm trying my best to help you so that you can use it uh, as your guide in your studies. Okay. Okay, we will go to 1.2, the role of theory in scientific research. Thank you, Akhtar. Okay. So the role of theory in scientific research. Theory is the backbone of research. Okay, it connects what we observe and why it happens. Okay, we have also hypothesis. Okay, and evidence and conclusion. Scientific research aims to build, test, or refine these theories systematically. I hope that uh, for some students, engineering and like computer science, information technology, uh, some of the research we don't use hypothesis. Okay, hypothesis is when we deal with natural laws. For example, uh, gravity, gravity, or something like that. Okay, that established in physics. Student in FAST will use hypothesis a lot, but in engineering, if we just you doing experiments, we propose new model, we propose new framework. We usually don't use hypothesis. Hypothesis when you deal uh, with nature, okay, with nature. Because when you deal something with nature, like you want to say that there's no gravity in UTSM, for example, so it will affect the whole universe. It will affect the whole universe. But for engineering students, you want to solve problems. The problem is specific for that moment. You just okay propose algorithm. It doesn't affect the universe. So we don't write hypothesis in the thesis. Even that when if we apply for grants now, I also don't put hypothesis. Okay? No need for hypothesis. Okay, so
So,
yep.
yep, yep.
Naila, you want to say something?
Sorry. Not no.
Okay. Scientific research aims to build, test, or refine these theories systematically. Okay, what is scientific research? Systematic and rigorous process. Rigorous. Okay, it's much rigorous. It's difficult. It's not easy. Scientific research. Okay, you are not doing your PhD if you don't feel headache in your if you don't have if you don't experience headache. You need to experience headache. I didn't meet anyone that say PhD is simple and I don't have any challenge during my PhD. I haven't met anyone with that. If you don't feel headache in your head, meaning that it is not PhD yet. Okay. For master, maybe you don't experience the headaches very much, but for PhD you must feel. Okay. My students come to me saying that he cannot sleep. He keep thinking about the problems. I said, congratulations, you are now in PhD. Okay, you already PhD students. That is the sign when you cannot sleep. You keep thinking. You go everywhere. You have bath. Okay, you are in the restroom, in toilets, you keep thinking about it. Okay, meaning that that is PhD. Okay, that's what I experienced. Okay, it is rigorous, okay, to discover the facts about the natural world. Okay, guide, okay, natural world. Okay, guide by scientific method, formulate hypothesis, collect data, analyze evidence, develop and refine theory. Okay, key characteristic of scientific research must have objectivity. Okay, must have objective, repeatable. Okay, other people can repeat your process, your method, and empirical validation. Okay, you can validate your result is correct. Okay, this is important for your research, for your thesis. Type of scientific research, descriptive. Okay, observe and describe a phenomenon without interference, understanding natural characteristic. Or and then we have experimental, manipulate variables to test cause-effect relationship. Okay. And then we have case study, in-depth analysis of a single or few cases. Example, descriptive, observe how driver eye closure changes over time. Experimental, manipulate lighting or sleep hours to test fatigue detection accuracy. Then case study, analyze one driver group, or for example, long haul truckers in there. Usually we will use experimental. Okay. What is a theory? Okay. A word theory is a well-substantiated explanation of natural or social phenomena built from facts, hypotheses, laws. Okay, so the function of theory explain why something is happened, predict what will happen next, organize and connects prior findings. Okay. For science and technology students, theory built from mathematical principle, proven algorithms, system model, constraint and trade-off, conceptual architectures. Okay, so in the thesis, maybe you will provide in your literature chapter 2, literature review, the mathematical formula. Okay, this is the theory behind what I'm doing. Okay, for example, how to develop a new searching algorithm that very fast that can beat Google. Okay, so this is the mathematical principle behind it, the formula. Or you have this algorithm. Okay, this algorithm has been used to set time accurately in all devices connected to internet. Okay, you realize that your time on your laptop is always correct. Okay, we all connected through the internet all over the world with the differences in time zone, but all of us get the right time. So there is algorithm behind it. Okay. So maybe you say, oh, I want to change the algorithm because the algorithm have some delays, 0.01 seconds. So I want to make it better. And other system model. This is the theory for science, for engineering students. But for students from fast, maybe they have a big theory like from that siapa tu? Yang tu lah gravity Newton, Isaac Newton. Maybe you want to use theory like that. Okay, if it's related lah. Okay, otherwise you also use this kind of theory. Okay, small theory like this. Okay. Okay, theory in research practice help you to frame research questions, okay, define variable and relationship, okay. Because in the mathematical formula that you put and you have the variables and the relationship, you can explain it and it can help you to choose method analysis approach. Okay. Theory evolve, okay, it's always evolve, but it also can be refined or rejected with new evidence. Okay. Good research contributes to extending a theory, testing it a new content, or building a new one entirely. Okay, biasanya sorry, for PhD you these two. Okay, extending a theory, testing it a new content. Okay, don't build a new one. Okay, no, not enough time. Three years. Okay, you can extend and testing. if you want to build new one after you finish your PhD, okay? First, make sure you finish your PhD first. After you get your PhD, do whatever you want. Okay, for example, resilience theory. Okay, so this is in psychology and social science. Explain how individual or system recover from stress or failure. For engineering or computing, for example, we have network resilience theory. Okay, how system recover from faults. AI robustness, how model adapt to noisy data. Okay, so shows that theory provide a reasonable lens for understanding the problem. Okay, so you can move from the theory. Okay, you have one theory, network resilience. So you can understand how it recover from faults, and then how you can improve from that. Okay, why theory matters for postgraduate students? Your thesis should connect to a theory, even in technical fields. Okay, use theory to justify your research model or architecture. Okay, support your variables and hypotheses, and provide foundation for discussion and implication. Remember, without theory, your research is just data collections. Okay, so the theory can support these three. Okay, research model, architecture. Okay, you propose a model, and then the examiner will ask, okay, what is your justification of doing this model? So you have this theory, or this theory has been very popular, okay, widely known. Okay, this is based on this theory, and maybe you extended it a little bit. Okay, so that we can gain new knowledge from it. Okay. Okay, we continue. Theory gives structure and direction to research. Okay, it explains why things happen and predict what might happen next. Without the theory, data are just observation. Okay, theory gives them meaning. The key point is theory connects facts into understanding, into discovery. The function of theory in research. Okay, it can be used as explanation and understanding. This one is more on science. Okay, to understand, to do predictions, to help you to build new framework for research. Okay, to integrate a knowledge. Okay, unifies finding across a study for coherent picture. Okay, you have theory, and then you can based on that theory, we can integrate a knowledge and identification of gaps. Show what is known versus unknown. Okay. Example, artificial intelligence in education. Theoretical model explain how AI improve learning and personalization. I think we can skip this one. Just that the most important thing, that theory is something that can guide you for your research. Okay, is the base of your research. But not necessary that you need to find a very big theory, because like I explained previously, engineering, computing, you maybe just use a small theories. Theories mean that like existing formula, algorithms, models. Okay, so that also can be considered as a theory in this context. Okay. I hope you can understand. Okay, we go to the third topic, crafting scientifically sound research. In research follow a structured sequence to achieve reliable outcomes. Okay, so careful planning at each phase, sound will produce sound and reproducible result. So we have many times we have repeat these words. Okay, reproducible, repeatable. Okay, so you know the importance of it. Okay? Because when it can be repeatable, it can be valid. You can do validation on the result, uh, meaning that you can answer every step in your research. Okay, you clear about it. Okay, not that you keep quiet about it. Okay, because maybe you also don't understand the step that you take during the research. But how to produce good research? This is crafting scientifically sound research. But how to produce good research? How you are going to produce good research? Any answer? How do you know that you will produce good research? You have one title, and then you think you say this is good. How you know it is good? Any answer? How to produce good research, or how can you know it is a good research? Contribution to society. Okay. Benefit to industry. If I give money to the society, is it a research? Have lot citation. Okay. Have lot citation. What else? Noticeable potential. How you know it is noticeable? Finding the gaps of the research. But how do you know how the gap is big or small? Answer the answer problem. Okay. Uh, how can you know that will be a good research? How can you know? How can you know? Very simple answer. How can you know that will be a good research? Just straightforward. Strong theory and good impact. No. Now. In these 2 days, you have one title, and you know this is a good research. How can you know that is a good research? No. Just straightforward answer. No. You know, when I
Got it
was
out.
in Bikin, the first month of Bikin, I attend this kind of thing, research methodology. Okay, so the instructor is the head of the like CGS. They call it Institute of Higher Learning. Okay, so we are in the room. He's just sitting, talking to us, and his leg is on the table. You know, just his leg is on the table, and then he gives us a paper, article, research article, and then they give time. He give time for us to read it. So we read it. I read it. I cannot understand. Okay. After the time up, so he asked us. Okay. So what? Tell me, what do you think in your mind? So everybody give answer. Oh, this research is very good. It's based on this theory. Uh, but he said something that the B words, BS word, PS word, BS. Okay, this guy said this research is good because it has whatever. He said PS, all got BS. He asked, what actually do you think now? What actually do you think now? Tell me honestly. So I'm thinking, what actually that he want from us? So Alice, when he pressured us, tell me, what do you think? What you really think in your mind? So I answered, why we are reading this paper? Why we are reading this article? And then he smiled. Correct. Why we are reading this article? He said, correct. And then the guy said, why we are not eating that lunch? Our lunch, there's a sandwich on the table. Why we are not eating that sandwich? Correct. Then he take the sandwich and give everybody to eat. So actually, the answer is not that complicated. It's just straightforward in our mind. Okay. What I learned during that session is what he want to taught us during for that session is, when you write, you need to write clearly. You need to make it easy for everyone. Like I said, I told you previously, you need to define everything. You need to make clear. When you do 10 sentence, do it short and precise. You know what you want to write, not you just mumbling. Not you just want to make it as long, not just for the sake that you want to make your thesis look thick. Okay, you just honest. You just want to share your research using a very easy writing that can be understand. Yeah, simple and easy to understand. The article that they give to us is very technical. I cannot understand at all. Okay, so he said nobody want to read your article. Okay, it's better for me to read newspaper. During that time, newspaper is very popular, still popular. Better I read newspaper. Very better I read the entertainment section, the sports sections, rather than why I want to read this article. Okay, so I also want you to remember this. Okay, when you write, you want to give people to read, okay, and make it easy for them. Okay, not that you want to hide something, not because you want to make it thick, not that because you want to make it to make that you look clever. Okay, last time I when I write, I like to include, like, I am proud with the history of Malaysia. I'm a computing person. Okay, like I maybe for example, I give the algorithm name is Hang Tuah. Hang Tuah is the Malay warrior. So this algorithm I put as put Hang Tuah name because Hang Tuah is Malay warrior during this one. I like about one paragraph. So what happened? My supervisor canceled it, removed it, because it doesn't have any relation with my thesis. Why are you wasting time of people to read something like this? Okay. People, when people want to read your article, you appreciate it and you give what the things that what are the things that they need only to know, not all the other things that not related. Okay, so that is the lesson from that session that I get. Okay, so I hope that you get this, you put this in your mind when you write honestly. You want to share your research, not because of other things. Okay. Okay, so back to the question. How can you know that this will be good research? How can you know? Nobody. You guys are more PhD than me. You're thinking too complicated.
It's a honest result.
Honest result. No, how can you know? How can you know that is a good research? No, cited will take time. This one day, in these 2 days, when other people use our research, that will take time. That will take time. Oh, you guys, I don't believe you guys. I don't believe no one cannot answer these questions. Publication will take time. I said two in this 1 days. Okay, in this hour, how can we know? Let us try. This. Come on, guys. You are cheating me. No. That is all PhD. Precisely, that is PhD answer. No. We understand the title easily. But how can you know it's a good research? Because it's viral. No, how many title top PhD topic? No, I don't believe you guys. I don't believe you guys. You are not telling me the truth. You know about it, but you didn't tell me the truth. How can you know this is a good research? Okay. Okay. I type the answer. Guys. No. No. Ask ChatGPT. Ask AI. Okay. Ask AI. No, you ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT will give you answer. I don't believe you guys. No, Handy. I mean, you ask ChatGPT. You ask ChatGPT. That is the answer. The answer is you ask ChatGPT. The answer to my question. Some of us didn't get it. Didn't get it yet. Okay, never mind. Actually, what I want to tell you guys is how you can know, how can you know whether that is a good research or not is you can ask your supervisor. Uh, you can ask your supervisor. No need to really ask ChatGPT. Okay. I don't believe you, Salah. Dira, kenapa tak jawab? Why you don't answer like that, Dira? Straightforward. Okay. How can you know that that is a good research? You can ask your supervisor. Okay? You can ask your supervisor because you don't have experience yet in research. Okay, maybe some of you have experience, but I believe most of you don't have research, uh, didn't haven't published articles yet. So you need someone experienced. During my time, I will ask my supervisor, is this a good research or not? Okay. So your supervisor can give his opinion. Okay, this is trend. Come back to the answer that you give. This is trending. This will get many citations. This is current gaps right now. Okay. So 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 that is how you can know uh, whether that is a good research or not. And the important lesson from that question is I want to tell you is the relation with your supervisor is very important. Okay, uh, the relation of with your supervisor is very important. Don't say that you can get your PhD without your supervisor. Uh, I can tell that, but you need to understand the context. 80% of your PhD is your supervisor, but you need to understand the context. I also didn't understand the contact. My supervisor told me this during my studies. 80% of your research or 90% of your research is your supervisor. We didn't understand that sentence, but now I'm a supervisor. I already understand that. Okay, and I told my students the same thing. 80% your PhD is your supervisor. So the relation with your supervisor is very important. Okay, you need to report, try to report every week. It's very, very difficult every week, but you need to commit to yourself. Okay. You need just not a long meeting, maybe 10 minutes is good enough every week. Okay. Because when you meet your supervisor, you'll get what? The aura or something like that. Okay, it will open up your perspective. Okay. So it's very important you have good relation with your supervisor. Last time when I start my PhD, I read one book. The title is How to Get Your PhD. How to Get PhD, something like that. Very thin book, but there's one interesting chapter in that book. The title is How Not to Get a PhD. Okay, so you need to read, you need to know about that. Okay, you need to read that book, or you need to know about that, how not to get a PhD, because now your aim is to get your PhD or your master. So you must know what are the things that will prevent you from getting your objective, from getting your PhD and master. You need to know that. One of that is the relation with your supervisor. Okay, you need to have good relation with your supervisor. Okay, if you don't have good relation, that is one way not to get the PhD or master. Okay. Okay. So this is the steps in good research. First, you formulate the research problem. You understand the research problem. Yeah, I told you that how do you know that? How can you know that that is a good research or not? You ask your supervisor. Yes, you can ask your supervisor, and now you can ask ChatGPT 1,000 times. You can ask ChatGPT. But how to make sure that you ask your supervisor at the first few times, and then you get the answer that yes, this is good. This is good title. How can you ensure that? Okay, you know, now brisk walk is very popular. Okay, brisk walk. Okay, so I did my brisk walk sometimes. So when doing brisk walk, I will listen to YouTube. Sometimes I listen to podcasts, politic podcasts. I listen to religious sermons. Okay, so sometimes I listen to the ghost podcast. Okay, so after I finish brief walk, I came home. I will share what I have listened to my wife. Okay, if I listen to religious stuff, I will tell my wife about religious thing. If about politics, I will discuss with her politics, economy. But if I listen to ghost stories, podcast that discuss on the ghost stories, I cannot share with her because it is nonsense. It's nonsense. It's nothing to tell her about. It's nothing to be discussed. It just nothing. It's just nothing. So reflect back to the research. You can reflect this to the how to formulate your research problem, meaning that if you refer to high quality articles, you will get a good research problem. Okay, meaning what is the highest level of article in the research? Anyone knows? You know, we have ranking in the article. Anyone know about this? What is the name of the ranking? Q1. Okay, we have Q1 paper until Q1 until Q4. Q1 to Q4. Meaning if you refer paper that is published in Q1 journal, you will get research problem that is Q1 level. If you refer to the research problem that published in Q4 journal, you also get research problem that is Q4 level. Meaning when you have the research problem, you refer to Q1. When you do your research, when you want to publish, you also can publish in Q1 because the source of reference is from Q1. If you refer from Q4, it is very hard for you to aim to publish in Q1. Okay, and then Q1 to Q4, they are different what indexing or organization that doing it. Who knows what is the name? The index. Okay, good. Siti Ajar, WS, and Scopus. Which one is higher? WS or Scopus? WOS. Okay, good. WS is higher than Scopus. Scopus, you can refer to the Shimago. Okay, WS you can refer in Shimago. They have Q1 until Q4. And then for WS, you can refer from Clarivate. I think all UTHM student can open Clarivate through the PTTA website. Okay, if I have time, we have time, I will show you tomorrow. Okay, so WOS ranking is much higher because every journal that index in Q1 WOS only is Q1 Scopus, but every Q1 Scopus not necessarily Q1 WOS. Every Q1 Scopus maybe is Q3 or Q2. Okay, so Scopus is higher, and then we have other types of publications. We have conference paper, which is much lower than the journal papers. WOS we have journal, the type of publication we have journal, and then we have conference paper, and next we have book chapters. Book chapters depend on which publication you produce. Okay, some book chapter is very hard to publish. Some book chapter is very easy because we publish ourselves. We can publish it ourselves. You don't need company. You just print it and declare it as book chapter. Get the ISBN number and you have book chapter. You are author. You have book now. It's very easy. Publish anything in it. Okay, book chapter. And then we have what? Okay, conference like lecture notes. So that's the level. Okay, conference is much lower than journal. It's salah. How we target Q1 and Q2. Q1 and Q2. You need to read from Q1 and Q2 paper, then you can publish in Q1 and Q2. Your source of reference is only Q1 and Q2 in 3 years recent. Then you can publish Q1 and Q2, and you don't cheat. You don't use ChatGPT. You don't use Copilot to write it. You write it on your own. You really study on it. Then you can publish it in Q1. No, not an easy thing. Okay, I tell you about our journal in FSKTF. We have one journal that is Q2 Scopus. Okay, Q2 Scopus quite high, quite good. Okay, every day the editor receive. He told me like 10 papers. Okay, 10 papers. 10 papers, or in a month he received like 100 papers, 100 to 200 papers in a month. But the journal only have 2 issues per year. They publish 2 times. Every time maybe they publish like 10 papers or 20. Okay, so overall is 40 paper. But every month he received like 100 to 200. So meaning in a year he received like 2,000 papers. But he only need to select 40 papers. So how to make things easy for him and for other journal editor. I have friends with other journal editor, and they told me they just reject papers that not according to format, papers that you read the title, this is not suitable. You read the first sentence in the introduction, this is what AI, this is not good. They just reject like that. That is Q2 or Q3, Q4. For Q1 is much serious. My friend in works in UM. He sends to Nature Journal. The Nature Journal, okay, WOS, you need to learn another things. They have impact factor. The higher the impact factor, is better. Okay, impact factor for Nature, I didn't know now. maybe last time is 60 something. So he submit paper to that, and his VC know about this. And then he asked my friend, okay, you have submit your paper today? Yes. Have it got rejected? Not yet. The VC said, congratulations. Not rejected yet after 4 hours submitting the paper. Then tomorrow, the VC asked him again, you got it rejected? Not yet. The VC said, congratulations. And then the third day, you still have the paper? Oh, it got rejected this morning. The VC said, congratulations, because it can hold for 3 days for the submission. Okay. So that's how, uh, if you want to publish in Q1, that's how rigor the process. You cannot play, you cannot just writing something easily and then expect to publish in Q1. No, no such things. Okay. What happened if there's no journal or conference paper regarding to our thesis latest approach? No, don't do things like that. Meaning, if there's no journal, you cannot have your reference. You don't have source of reference. You think it's new. Don't do new things like previous, like I said. You want to do new theory. No, don't do new theory. Do existing theory. It's very difficult for you to do something that not exists. There are many things that exist. There are millions of things that had been researched, and then suddenly you want to you want to do something new. No need. Just do something that have been everything. I think everything is already been researched, and you add uh, something new to the existing ones. Okay. Even in research, it is not good if you said that you want to do something new. I know your spirit now is very high. I want to do something new that other people don't do. Yes, you can do, but it is based on existing knowledge. Okay, Arif, it is based on existing knowledge. You can do something new, but it is based on existing knowledge. If it is based on existing knowledge, there will be reference for that. Okay? You can have fine paper. If it is totally new, you cannot refer to any others. You cannot to refer to anywhere. Like I told you, my students, he's doing digital twin. The product. Nobody publish paper about product. He cannot refer. He cannot refer anywhere. So I said he already complete the product and want to start writing his thesis. I told him no, cannot. You need to change the direction of this research. Okay, you cannot present that your product is your thesis. No, you will not get PhD from this. You need to have a research element. You need to do citation. You need to have reference from the existing knowledge. Okay, and there's a story why that he has suddenly complete a product and come to me that saying that this is my PhD. There's a story behind it. That is not. I mean that you cannot do that. You cannot do suddenly you come to your supervisor, came to your supervisor and said, this is my PhD. I already completed. No, you cannot do that. I said you need to meet with your supervisor every week, or maybe it's impossible once a month. Once a month with a very long meeting, long discussion. But for me, what I did, I meet every week, short meetings, 10 minutes, something like that. Just what my progress is to push yourself that you are doing something, okay? That you are doing something. So, because to make sure you are in the direction, you cannot that say that you you write something like you complete one article without your supervisor direction, and then you come to him, this is my article. That's not good. Okay, I did that once because yeah, when you meet your supervisor, okay, I want to do this. No, you cannot do this. This is not good. Then we frustrated. We come back, we read something, and we come. I want to do this. I write something. Oh, this is not right. You need to have this. Okay, and then if frustrated, I just make decision. One, write this secretly. Just write this thing secretly. I completed one paper, like 8 pages, 10 pages during that time, and uh, and I came to him after 3 months. Show to him. This is my article complete. I want to submit to conference. He looked at it and he said the S words. The S word, he throw my, not his throw, he said rubbish. He said rubbish and he throw my paper in the dustbin. So it's a wasted for 3 months because I avoiding to meet with him, thinking that I'm very clever. I can do my own research without his supervisions. So don't do that kind of things. Don't. We are students. You are students. You need the guidance. Meet with your supervisor. Learn. That is your responsibility. Okay. Okay. Bit of correction. Okay, Arif, good. Okay. Formulate research problem. You know, I told you, get from the good sources. Get from the good sources, and then do your literature review. Okay, from good sources. Formulate hypothesis. I told you, like engineering, computing, don't have to do hypothesis. You can use research questions. Okay, research question and also objective, and then prepare the research design, the methodology. Okay, the methodology, and then you can start collecting the data or doing the experiments, analyze and interpret results, draw conclusions, report results, and reflect and plan for future works. So that's the step. Formulating the research problem. Okay, identify the area. Okay, discuss with collegiate experts. Okay, you need to have colleagues. Okay, you need to have, you need to see people. Okay, you need to have partners to discuss. Okay, sometimes you cannot, for you the thing is very hard to understand, but when you discuss with your friend, you find that actually that thing is very easy for him, and then uh, he can explain it to you easily. That's happened to me. I read this one paper, I cannot understand the algorithm. Okay, then I discuss with my friend, just over the coffee. Okay, he explained to me very easy. So that's very important for you to have, you know, mixing around with other research students. Okay, don't do research alone. You cannot do research alone. Okay. And then review prior work to see what knowns and the gaps. Okay. Consult two types of literature: conceptual, okay, theories and concepts, and then empirical, okay, results, experiments, and then put a problem defined in meaningful context. Okay, so research problem, you need to remember you are writing about the problem. Don't write about the solution. Okay, write about the problem. Don't write about literature review. Literature review is in your introduction. Introduction in your research problem. Maybe you can put a little bit of literature review, just a little bit, to get the reader understand your context, but not very long. But most of it, 80% of it is a problem. You tell them about the problem. Don't tell them about the solution, because the section name is research problem or problem statement. Okay, so you need to remember that. And then extensive literature review. Okay, extensive literature review. You need to remember your literature review must help you to understand the problem. Okay? Must help you to justify why you are choosing this, why you're choosing that. Not just a summary that have no relation with others. It must have relation. It must explain everything every action that you take for that research. Okay, so that is important for you to choose the right literature review and choose the one that is recent. My advice is to use 3 years recent. Students didn't like to hear this. Student maybe like to hear 8 years recent or 5 years. Usually 5 years. 5 years can be acceptable, but the best is 3 years. Okay, because you imagine when you uh, have your Viva Voce, is another 3 years, inshallah. All of you will have Viva in 2029, 6, 7, 8, 2028. So if you use reference from 2015 or 2018 or 2020, you use 2020. Now your first semester, you write a literature review using reference from 2020, 5 years old. In 2008, it will be 8 years old. So 8 years old is quite old reference. Okay, but if you use recent 3 years old, 2023, in 2008, is still 5 years old reference. You need to 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 count on that. Then okay, 3 years. That is 3 years. How if your PhD take 4 years, 5 years? Okay, it happens. But I hope you won't experience that. Okay, inshallah. We wish you all the best. Okay, to finish on the time. Okay, and then hypothesis. State the research questions. Okay, so who want to write the hypothesis? The hypothesis will answer the research questions. Okay, what the study seeks to answer. Okay, and then also if you don't write hypothesis, you can hide the objective. Okay, objective. Then preparing the research design. Okay, framework, sampling, data collection, how you want to do it. Okay, ensure your design can answer every the research questions. Okay, it is good if in your thesis, in the chapter 3, you can put the research question. This is the research question. This is the step that I did to answer the research question. So it's clear. You can see the relation. Okay, and then data collection. You specify how you want to do data collection. The easiest way to verify if the step is correct is by following the others. Okay, you know what the other people could do. Like so these people using these data sets and how they process it. So you can justify, okay, I use this data collection, refer from this paper, from this paper. Okay, that's the easiest way to validate it. Okay, and then analyze data, interpret result. Okay, apply appropriate statistical qualitative methods. Okay, you need to choose to look at the paper, what they are doing, why they are using these methods, this statistical method to produce what, maybe to measure the accuracy, to measure the whatever. Okay, so you need to understand everything that you do in that analysis. Okay, and then draw conclusions. Really, you draw conclusion. You writing something that really conclude what you find, not just to close the research. Okay. Sometimes students write very general statements uh, that didn't depict the research. Okay. Okay, report results. Okay, report results. So the question, when you need to start writing, when you need to start writing. Any answer? No. Is it? Is it suitable now? After analyzing the problem statement, after compile data collection, when I got topic, after experiments, in the last 6 months, in the last year, in the second year, after confirm with the research title, yes, can write now. You need to write now. You need to write now. Now. For sure, after you get your title, after you confirm your title, but after you get title, you need to write every day. Scientists must write. Okay, you need to remember this. You need to remember this. Scientists must write. PhD must write. The writing is the one that will be evaluated. Without your writing, nothing can be evaluated. You can do many experiments, you can get results, but if you don't write the result, you don't report the result, we cannot evaluate you. The Viva Voce is based on your writings, on your PhD. You need to write. Okay? So to ease your burden in writing is not easy. You need to do it now, from now. Even one paragraph is okay, but you need to do it every day. Okay? Or average in 1 week, you need to produce what? One page. Everything that you write, everything that you read, journal that you read, what you can take from it, you write, you type. Don't write with pens. Got it right. And do backups. You must do backups. Okay? Write it away. Okay? So then when you want to start writing your thesis, you already have all the materials. You mixing them around. It's much easier. Okay? That's what I did during my PhD. That what my supervisor taught me. Every week, I need to produce report. Okay, every day, every week, we need to meet in a group of like 10 to 15 students, and we need to present our findings, what we did, and then what is our plan for next week. So you also can follow that way. Okay, you need to write now. Okay, if you don't write, you don't produce anything, you meet with your supervisor, you just talk. It just talk, it's not going anywhere. If you have your writing, you can show to him. He will make some correction, he will make some comments. You can move on from that comment. You can do improvement from that comment. Okay. Salah, best time after you get your results for computer science. No, it's now, Salah. Now you need to start right now. Okay. Right now. Okay, and then lastly is reflect and future works. Okay, 1.4 review of concepts of the research. Okay, you can read. This is our review back on the ontology, on the axiology. Okay, I think you can read yourself. So any questions? Any question you want to ask? We have 8 minutes more. Maybe I can show you how to check on the WOS paper. This is the Pustakaan Tun Aminah, PTTA. Okay. You go to resources, and then you can go to e-resources. Then you go to article database, because you need account to access the database. Okay, this is Corpus. And then this is the WS, Web of Science. WS stand for Web of Science. Okay. Then you can You can go there and you can search. For example, IEEE access. Okay, let's put access. This is name of the journal. Oh, the interface has changed. The interface has already changed. Okay, so this is impact factor. 3.6 impact factor. And this is the ranking Q2. Q2. Okay, so this is WOS. But you need to be aware what kind of indexing, because this one SEI edition, because not every edition is good. Some of there's one edition that is not recognized yet in a research, like in education. That edition is not recognized for this is for lecturer, not for students. It is not recognized as a WOS yet. Some there's one edition, I forgot the name, but SCIE is okay. Okay. Let's check, like I told you, nature. I forgot. Nature. The impact factor is 48. 48. Sometimes, last 10 years, there's a reward. If you publish, I know that from Indonesia. If you publish in Q1 and the impact factor is more than 10 or what, you can get 30,000 ringgit Malaysia. 30,000 ringgit Malaysia. In UTSM last time, I published in IEEE Access, I get 2,000 ringgit incentive bonus for publishing in the WOS Q2. Okay. Yeah, I will share my slide with Dr. Hadila. Dr. Hadila who will distribute to you your platform. Okay. Any questions? We will see you tomorrow. We'll see tomorrow again, inshallah. Okay. So I'm sorry if I said something that maybe not appropriate, maybe or something wrong. If I teach something wrong, I'm sorry. I'm just normal humans who make mistakes. So hopefully tomorrow we will meet again, inshallah, and we can share the rest of the slides with you. Yeah, I will share my slides. Okay. So if there's no questions, thank you very much. We close our class today by reciting Tasbih Kafrah, Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. أعوذ بالله من سورة العصر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا بالصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. Thank you very much and assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Prof. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you. Okay, bye. Bye all.
Thank you so much.